names of some of the place, and rulers as well. And this section is from a copy of a masjid, a mosque inside a palace. It's in Medina al-Zahra, 7 kilometers out of Cordoba. It's just fascinating. It's all in ruins now, but this section still stands. So there you go, this is a copy of it. And these arches have never been used in Morocco as an architecture. These arches are called horseshoe arch. So the horseshoe arch, it's not like you see the Qaws al-Maghribi. You use 2 points to actually draw the actual arch. This is just 1 point, and it's called horseshoe. اللي بحسب هذه الحصان الشكل هذا، الشكل هذا ما استعملوه شيء في المغربيين من قبل، كان موجود عندكم في مدينة قرطبة. Okay, as you can see the two sections again. So there's 3 different arches all linked together. There you go. You have the Moroccan arch, which is very nice, the Cordoba, and then you have the Alhambra in Granada. This is one of the rooms. This is something to resemble the Al-Kutubiya Mosque in Marrakesh. So, من سوشي Marrakesh ديالنا, we have a section here with the minaret here, which I've made actually, and made the zalij. And I just widened the windows as I cut the minaret in half. I've added stained glass, which is Zaji Al-Aqi, and the electrical installations, and you can actually turn off the light and have a nice view of, you can dream that you're in Marrakesh actually. So, okay. This is just a small kitchen. Okay, it's a little bit modern as well. And this is the roof. This is the actual roof. Now, in the house, there is Beit al-Khidma, which is in the garage, and we have Beit al-Hikmah, which is the library on the first floor, and this is Beit al-Khulwa, where you can go and have some rest. This is on the roof. One of the things I try to change in Moroccan lifestyle is that the garage and the roof is just normally, we just throw a lot of rubbish in, and I try to make it more lively by adding some plants, and we have a fountain there. This is an 8-figure star, Khatib Slimaniya, which is cut in half, and there's 2 sections, one inside and one outside, and you can actually see the full thing as you sit inside. It's an 8-millimeter thick glass, which covers this section while the water actually flows from each side. So this is just one of the, so this is the, this is a kitchen also, an open kitchen. This is the actual roof itself, sorry, it's the actual roof. And because of the lack of space, it's only 81 square meters, I've used some wall plants, which is like a garden on the wall, so just to help give a nice view as well. And this is the actual dome. It took me about 2-3 days to make this with the metal worker. I had to go actually personally myself. I gave him the actual design I made, but I had to work with him to show him. Otherwise, again, like I said, we're lacking lots of craftsmanship in this field, because today people are just making square things all the time, and we don't have any more domes and round sort of doors and windows. So it's quite hard to produce. This is the night view. That was the day view, and this is the actual night view. This is a mihrab also. I've used normal tiles here, mosaic tiles on this side, and this is something which I've made myself by cutting 10 by 10 centimeter glass tiles and cutting them in such a shape in order to produce Allah using Khat al-Kufi. So as you can see, there's 2 glasses, green and blue. This is something I made a plan and actually worked according to the plan. It was quite hard because some of the glass doesn't actually stick properly with using the actual adhesive. But in fact, alhamdulillah, it's actually produced like this is a mihrab within this seating area. And you can see the actual inner section of the actual fountain. And the outer section is similar to this, which actually completes the actual stuff. So half is inside and half is outside. That's the night view of the actual place. Now this is just used for barbecue and some. Let's just give you a bit. And we're back there. I think there's a last section here, and then I will stop, and then I can answer any questions if you like. This last section is just to show you. This last section actually, just to share with you a project which I actually did in Kashmir, Pakistan. This actually photo is being taken in a city called Kutli. Kutli is a small place, remote place in Kashmir, Pakistan. I was actually requested to come and give some architectural consultation for one of the largest mosques in the area. And this actual mosque has 4 floors. It's really large actually. So I was asked to redesign the mosque, and also I was working as a chief project manager, architect, and a building supervisor. And whereby I had to actually even show the builders how to build, because they're not acquainted to our arches. And the sheikh who is in charge of the actual mosque project requested me to actually design something that can amalgamate يعني الحضارتين, يعني the actual Mughal architecture, Andalusian architecture with Moroccan architecture. He was so in love of the Andalusian architecture and whatever, but obviously they still wanted to keep something of their own. So I actually tried and produced some of the designs for him. I only went there for 10 days and ended up there for staying there for 7 months. So as you can see, I was using just basic instruments there to produce some of the things. And this is how I was working really. And this is some of the art for the walls I was actually drawing. Again, this is the actual main mosque. In 2009, when I actually visited the mosque, the ceiling was going to be about here. So I was very lucky that they've actually took my advice and raised the ceiling to 5 meters. So that 5 meters actually helped in producing the arches. But the previous architect apparently made some very small arches here, which I had to demolish the whole walls, reuse the bricks again, and produce proper large arches, which I want to show you later. So this is a drawing of the size of the masjid. This was going to be 4 floors. Now these are the arches you've seen in Toledo, in that actual mosque, and this is going to be completely huge arches, and they're going to be embossed about 12 inches out. And they would have been the largest in the world actually, but it's going to produce a fascinating view of a facade where you have very large sort of arches with separated by 4 floors, and then you have Moorish windows in each sort of floor. So that was the idea. This was done so I can actually show you the sheikh and to give them an idea how the other facade would be. Again, this is supervising the builders. We produce these arches, as you can see. I will show you one of the pictures of the finish. And because it's been a poor country, I couldn't order them to just make templates of wood. So I had to innovate and try to use some of the old traditional ways. One of the old traditional ways, and cheaper also to build, is by using wooden support. And then at the very end, where we need the actual top of the arch, we use bricks. في المغرب كنقولوا حنايا كنبنيو بالمسوس. المسوس means you use little cement with lots of sand. And by building with مسوس, you can actually take the bricks out without actually damaging the bricks, and you have a complete arch without having to actually make a template, a wooden template. And as you can see, alhamdulillah, we built about 11 of these. This is the Beit al-Duyuf. This is the actual guest area, which was completely demolished. Left only the pillars, and then I redesigned the whole area using هذا هو القوس المغربي. This is the Moroccan arch. كيحتاج هذا جوج نقط باش يمكن لك ترسمو. هو هذا ماشي بحال الآخر اللي نقول لكم عليه. So this is the entrance of the Beit al-Duyuf, and this is the entrance of the masjid if they want to go down to the other floors. So that was also alhamdulillah completed, and it looked something like this. And there's an arch in every section. ولات بحال شي حومه قديمه في العصر البغدادي ولا كذا. This is the idea by producing and very also in a very cheap way too. You can add gyps, you can add zalij, you can just plaster and paint. So there you have a choice. But the main thing is to keep the architecture intact with an identity. Now today, as you can see, Muslims have not advanced in terms of architectural innovation in such a sense that we produce something better than Alhambra or Cordoba or Sevilla. But for us, as learners, as students, we tend to benefit from what our ancestors have left in Cordoba, Ishbilia, and Granada. And these are the schools. I mean, I'm a student of these schools. I actually use these elements from these designs and amalgamate them together.